Guys, how's it going? My name is Eric McGrew with Eric's Tree Service, and behind me you'll see these two cottonwoods that we're working on. Now these cottonwoods, they weren't super dense like these over here to begin with, but they had a lot of clustering going on and they were like really swaying in the wind. They weren't super good about their movement, and these trees are a little bit weird in their growth pattern to begin with. But if you look at them, so you can see that we've actually thinned out a lot of the dead, and this was predominantly dead over here. And we have actually thinned out a lot up in the canopy up top. We don't want them to look too spindly. Since these were growing really close together, they had a lot of cluster of the canopy up in the top and not so much at the bottom. So you have to work with what you have because you don't want the trees to be unevenly paired or overly thin. So the interesting thing about this though is that this tree here on this side, the left side of the screen, was moving extremely violently this morning. But now you can see when the wind's picking up, it's moving aggressively at the top of the outer canopy, which is fine, but it's not moving very violently down in the trunk. Versus this one that Zephyr is still working on over here, it's not only moving fairly aggressively at the top, but the whole tree is moving and it's swaying Zephyr and it's doing all this activity. And when we get done thinning this thing appropriately, it won't do that any longer. So if you're a homeowner and you're looking at why to have your trees trimmed, thinning your trees prevents breakage, creates healthier inner growth, and helps them transfer nutrients better. Makes the tree overall just more healthy and more stable if it's done right. Now that's a key factor. You'll find a lot of people who say they trim trees and they don't trim them appropriately. They trim them in a way that strips out too much inner growth or lower growth. They over thin them, or they leave huge tufts of green at the tips, which create very bad leverage points. But as I get closer, even though it looks really dense up there from back there because of the way these trees lead, you can tell that these trees aren't very thick up top. It's just the perspective. And that's why when you're done, they look natural for what they are. See that? They should look natural for the natural growth pattern of the tree. And they should also reduce wind friction and be more stable. So if you need anything done on your trees like this, make sure a qualified tree service professional is going to do the work. If you're here in the Montrose area, please let me know. I'm Eric with Eric's Tree Service, and we'll be more than happy to quote you out your trees and give you a good bid on what needs to be done so that your trees can be healthier for many years of future growth.